What's up, man? My brothers and sisters and my black Africans, man, on the continent. This message and thoughts for you, all in for you. You know what I'm saying? Coming from my all in for you channel, man. I hope y'all tuning in. Let's get right to it, man. You know what I'm saying? The thought of the day, man, that's on my mind I want to share is that the people on the continent, believe in yourself. Believe in your rise. Believe that you can throw the shackles of anyone who have played a part in keeping your country from thriving, keeping your family from being able to eat, keeping your family from being able to use that God-given organism, which is this planet, that land, for you to be able to sustain yourself with all the needs you need, all the needs your people need, and all that richness of that land. However many people is on that land, it's enough of those resources to make sure everyone is straight. So those who are kept the people from being able to feed, sustain themselves from that God-given land, that blessing God has given everybody who live on that land to be able to be well with all they need, to feed all they needs. But there's been some people on that continent has aided outside forces in keeping babies from being able to eat, keeping the elders from being able to have proper health care, keeping the people from being able to have right education, keeping the people from being able to build proper shelter, keeping the people from being able to feed off right food that comes from that blessed land. Believe in yourself that you can overthrow these shackles, this form of oppression that's being aided by people who look like you and say they Africans. My brothers and sisters, the continent is rising. I heard a person that say they're African. They black saying the continent is not rising. And he made his comparison. Now this is why I be talking about the intelligent insane. He made his comparison with China and their growth. China now, this is what he made a comparison to show that Africa is not rising. Because the question was posed, was African rising? And his questions were only being opposed because of what's going on the continent right now. You have had people rise up and throw those shackles of oppression. Get rid of those people who have been supporting their oppression, who have been letting their former colonizers rape and rob and kill and keep their people divided in their country, supporting the very terrorists that they use to set up to get and steal the natural resources. This is why this question was posed. And this intelligent, insane person says it's not rising because he based it off the growth of China growing and the growth the African continent is growing. Now this is intelligent and insane because China is one China. China's not divided. China don't got no bunch of other leaders or countries split where every country deal with their own economy. They don't got no different currencies. They don't got no 40 other, 50 other presidents in China. One leadership, one party. And whether you think that don't work or not, they got one China, one leadership, one party, one China, one currency. Their growth is wrapped up in all the people participating, working together as one unit. Africa don't got that right now. So for this intelligent insane to say that, it says a lot about how you have those who look like us, who claim to be African, claim to say they love Africa, hate Africa, hate the African people, hate themselves. Because when he said Africa is not rising based on their growth and based on because of he used in China, he telling the white people, no, we're not growing, we're not rising. That ain't nothing what's going on you see on the continent. We still here for y'all to exploit us. We still here for y'all to keep us divided. We still here for to have different currencies on the continent. So all you gotta do sometimes is listen to these ones. They'll expose themselves. They'll let you know they're not for the people. They'll let you know how much their hate is in their heart for themselves. And so when they have hate for themselves, they have no love for the people. They have no love for the unification of the continent. They have no love for the people rising up, waking up, ridding themselves of their oppressors. The whites and the blacks who have sold the people out and kept this oppression going, kept this robbery and stealing and division going. These people are telling themselves, listen, one of the brothers who on the continent, constantly speaking on his platform, giving the people the truth. And he talked about the Gambian uprising. And he trying to show the people how it looked like this is not a uprising by the people. Though the people is happy to get behind their military, if the military is sincerely about removing those who have kept the people oppressed, who have helped the enemy continue to exploit their country and their resources. The people are eager to get behind the military if they truly, sincerely for the people. They truly, sincerely about ridding their oppressors and getting their oppressors out their country. But when you see a military is engaging in just removing a part of the inner circle to replace it with somebody else's part of the inner circle and keep things in play, the status quo going, where the family still rule, the military still protect that family rulership. Therefore, that military is not a people military. Therefore, that military is not for the people. Therefore, that military is for keeping the country oppressed. Therefore, the military is for keeping the outsiders benefiting off the resources that are the people resources. The land is given to the people, all those people who live there. And because it's such a small few people that live there, everybody should be able to be blessed and straight. Everybody should be straight in Gambia. But because you got people who hate their people, because they hate themselves, they don't have no problem with people suffering. They don't have no problem with people dying. They don't got food, clean water, disease. They don't care. They don't care for the people. All they care about is their small group living off the richest of the land. And they making sure they feed those outside forces who gonna help keep them in power. Sometimes you just got to listen, people, and watch. And your true enemy will expose themselves. They'll allow you to see who they for, who they side with, who they align themselves with. The AU, same way. The AU leaders, same way, my people. They'll expose themselves and allow you to see who they really align themselves with, who they made covenants with, who they gave their pledges and oath to. Not the people of Africa. Not their people who they're supposed to be governing. And allowing the resources to be beneficial for everybody on their continent. They will expose and tell on themselves. All you got to do is listen. All you got to do is watch. And you will see who your enemy are. The French, the British, Germans, Italians, United States. Yeah, we know it's them. It's easy to see them. They come over there and their companies set up and take the natural resource. It's easy to see them. But it's hard to see those who are camouflaged looking like you, who are speaking the language, have a revolutionary tongue, have a tongue that talk about the love of Africa and its people. So he's able to deceive you because he look like you. He able to project the growth of Africa and how he appears before his people. He able to have this long status of accomplishment. All the universities, white universities he went to, all the degrees he got, all the different European languages he's able to speak. He able to baffle you with that. He able to bamboozle you with that. He able to blind you with that. He don't want you to see that he's a part of this plot to keep the country oppressed. He only enriching his family and those supporters. He the problem. Not just his backers, but he's making sure they allowed to rob the continent. Not just his backers, who he making sure able to keep them reinforced, able to also help keep the people distracted, because his backers feed the people that he selected, say, hey, they're gonna be the terrorists. Get them the guns. Need the people to be distracted and focus on the terrorists, so they not focus on what we doing and what y'all doing. Help keep the people in the continent weak and divided. Yes, people. Yes, Black Africa. Africa is on the rise because the people are being revolutionized by true revolutionaries who truly love Africa, truly trying to do what's right for Africa, who truly know it's time to completely separate from the system and from those who have engaged in this type of behavior, where so many life have been lost. Babies, elders have been lost under these oppressive systems, by these oppressive people, evil and deceptive and wicked people. But now the young people are rising. They see, they understand. They got to separate. They can't have this mindset that these white people are the world. They are not the world. They're not the only choice. They can't have this mindset that the sellout leaders want you to believe you can't do it on your own. You need these Westerners. You need the European. So we can't cut them off. That's the sellout mentality. That's the defeatist mind mentality. They want to infuse this in the young people to believe they can't do stuff on their own. They can't be self-sufficient. They can't create. It's not in y'all to create. This is what they want y'all to believe. Don't accept that. Don't believe these sellouts. They are enemy to the young African mind. They want y'all to keep on going in the way y'all going, getting the same results all the time. And they use the black leaders over here to come over there and bamboozle the Africans. Yes, they do. They use some of the black leaders over here in the United States. They come as liberals, they come as progressive Democrats and Republicans just to deceive the black Africans over there. They work with the black leadership in Africa, but they'll come amongst the people trying to propagate they for the people, trying to propagate telling the people this system is the best system of humanity. Disregarding that the continent created all civilization. Civilization started with the continent and spread it to other parts of the world. When you see tombs of the ancient Kemet over here on these shores of the United States, this tell you that the creators of civilizations, of systems, the first systems of structural civilizations started on the continent and spread it even over here on these shores by our people. How is the day in this present time a person that look like you tell you can't create? You no longer have the knowledge and know-how to create civilization. You have no knowledge and know-how to create systems that work for the people. Everybody benefit. How is that possible? Please tell me that. Somebody please comment and tell me how is that possible? That we are that people. That motherland created everything, giving birth to spirituality and the structure of spirituality, the guidance of spirituality, the structure of great civilizations, the systems of great civilizations, our people, the motherland. The young people are rising on the continent. The older people ain't gonna be able to stop that rise. It's gonna continue to spread. It's gonna continue to grow. Until we done got all those poisonous, sellout, and deceiving ones out the way. Keep rising, young Africa. Believe in yourself. Have confidence in yourself. We're gonna do this together. Peace.